Hi friends, Lissa here for another episode. Today I want to chat about some of the struggles, mainly cravings, that I had in my little journey here towards becoming 100% raw vegan. I basically found this lifestyle about 12 years ago, and it wasn't very well known. So not very many people were doing it, and not very many people understood where I was coming from. So it was fairly difficult, and I did wean off to take a trip, which I could probably do 100% raw vegan easily, but at the time I thought it was best to wean off, so I weaned off and I went, and when I got back it was very difficult for me to get back on living 100% raw vegan, and it was more cravings and becoming addicted to the old foods that I used to eat all the time, and then I would always try to get back, and I would do raw vegan for a week or two, and then something would come up, I'd have an excuse, I'd get a craving, I would do something, and then I would forget that I was raw, and I was just on this yo-yo, keep trying to get back. And then somebody would come up with a new diet, and they would tell me it was amazing, so I'd try it. And throughout the last 12 years, I would gain weight, and I would lose a little bit, but then I would gain a lot back, and then I would try a diet, but I would need to work out like crazy to lose the weight, and I would lose the weight, and then I would be eating normal again, and I would just gain more weight back. Anyways, I got up to 185 pounds, and I was like, that's it. This time I am 100% going raw, and I know how many times everybody heard me say that, but this time I decided to watch a bunch of documentaries that, I knew about all the information in them, but I think watching them consecutively really hit home. I watched Cowspiracy about the environmental impacts of eating meat and dairy. Hold on a second. Chai? Can you stop that, please? Thanks. My cat's just trying to get attention. Anyways, I watched Cowspiracy about the environmental impacts of eating animal products. I watched Forks Over Knives, and I read the China study talking about the health impacts of eating animal products. And I watched Earthlings, which is a very difficult movie to watch if you have issues or triggers with animal cruelty. It's very, very difficult to watch. But I did force myself to watch it because I needed to see it, to shock me into basically deciding, because at that point in my life I was so addicted to chips, and I was living on 1 to 2 Red Bulls a day. I was sick and basically just addicted. So deciding to have a salad to me was very difficult because all I wanted was junk. I think that pushing myself to watch those movies actually made me want to eat plant-based foods. So the next day I changed completely. I went cold turkey 100%, and that was 4.5 months ago. I haven't looked back. But it was difficult for the first couple weeks where I would have those cravings and I would want to eat, I would want a can of Red Bull or something like that. But I learned a technique that I want to share with you guys that really helped me personally get through those cravings where I would just be, say, watching TV or working on my computer or doing whatever, and I would just basically want Chinese food or something. Chinese food was my downfall. But so basically this is the trick. Sit down, and you could do this right now even to practice, and just listen to my voice. Close your eyes and sit down. Now we're gonna pretend this is Chinese food because this was my downfall, but basically you drive to your favorite Chinese restaurant, park, get out of the car, go into the building, smell the smells, see the people sitting at the tables, see who's working there, go stand in line, check out the menu, look at what, your favorite things, the things that you love, that you'd want to get, you're gonna get like tons, and of course you're not spending money, and I want you to not feel guilty doing this, because you're not actually consuming that, you're not actually spending money, you're basically tricking your brain into thinking that you're eating it. So you look at the menu, you decide on what you want, you get to the lady who's filling up your plate, and you pick your, your ginger beef or your noodles or whatever you're gonna pick, or you say you're at a burger joint, you order your burger, your fries, and all that kind of stuff. You wait in line, you pay, wait for your order. You get your order, you smell it, look at it, and then you pick up your tray, you go sit down at the table or whatever. Sit down and unwrap your burger, take a bite, feel the textures, imagine everything about that meal and chew in your mind and just really enjoy it. I mean, there's no harm in just appeasing your brain. And I noticed, try and get through a full meal. I can almost guarantee you that you're going to eventually forget that you're imagining this, be thinking about what you're gonna, cleaning the lawn, or how you're gonna have to drive to work tomorrow, or you gotta feed the cats, or you're gonna take the dog out, or or you could even be thinking about where you're going on holidays or whatever. Your brain randomly thinks of random things, and after a couple minutes you'll realize that you were no longer imagining why you were sitting on the couch with your eyes closed thinking about Chinese food. Your brain is almost satisfied enough with the thought of eating that food that your brain just moves on to something else. Then you go and eat some fruit. Go and get your carbs, go and eat, a couple bananas, make a smoothie, or do something like that, and you'll realize that it'll be a lot easier to get through those first initial hard cravings, which are really all in your mind, because your body doesn't actually need that food. It's all psychological, is what I believe anyways. And I noticed that I haven't done that in at least 3 months. So it's a great technique for you guys to use if you want. Totally go for it. Try it out and see how it goes. But I just wanted to share that with you, and I'll be back with another video another time. Thanks, guys. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Stay strong and fruit on.